Welcome back to the Rockford IceHogs Broadcasting Network. Joseph Zakshesky with you alongside head coach Jeremy Colliton for the Forest City Diagnostic Imaging diagnosis of the game ahead of Game 1 action against the Texas Stars here in the Western Conference Finals. And Coach, walk us through this past couple weeks of practice. You had a couple of off days as well, but it seems like this team is pretty anxious to get back to work and open up the third round of the postseason.
Yeah, it was a long week. We've had another one of those, so it kind of gets old after a while, but they had the same one, so they've had just as much time off as us, so it should be an even playing field, and it's about who used the time the best and who's ready to start when we get going.
You've taken on this Texas Stars group 4 times in the regular season, but now looking at the playoff video and your breakdown of them, what does this team present that may be different than what you saw, say, in Chicago or Manitoba?
Yeah, I don't think it's so different from how they played us in April. They got a couple extra guys, but just a lot of pace, a lot of speed, especially with their forward group, and really quick in transition and creating opportunities from how they attack through the neutral zone. And pretty physical. They play hard, and they've done well. Obviously, to be here, you don't get to the conference final without playing well. So it's going to be a good challenge for us.
Listening to some of their media day skirmishes and interviews coming from their coaching staff and some of their players, they felt like their team defense is probably one of the brighter spots for them, as well as obviously their goaltending play and Mike McKenna. But for you, offensively, what are you going to try and do to crack through a defense that's right now playing with a bit of confidence? Yeah,
they've done a good job defensively for sure. They got numbers back a lot of times. They're willing to be patient, and they've got some goaltending too. McKenna's played well for them, so it's going to be a challenge. We're going to have to be patient. It gets back to, we had a stretch there where we really emphasized being able to win 2-1 and 3-2, and that probably is going to be the case throughout this series. So we got to make sure we're buttoned down ourselves defensively. We can't expect that it's going to be easy to produce offense against these guys.
And with that being said, how do you preach the patience in the locker room, especially with the successes you've had recently in the postseason? I know guys are going to be chomping at the bit to create scoring chances and see games like what you had in Chicago against Manitoba, but how do you preach that patience knowing at what point of the time of year you're in and the magnitude it has here in the Western Conference Finals?
Well, I think it's just as simple as if we want to win, that's how we have to play. So there's no point being stubborn about it. We do things because they work, not because it's pretty or easy. Winning's tough. It's not if it were easy, everyone would do it, and that's why there's only 4 teams left. So, we just have to adjust, and that's what good teams do. So I expect that's what we'll do.
And then here in Game 1, obviously you want to get off to a great start in the series, let alone the first game of the Western Conference Finals. How big is the start, first 10 minutes going to be, knowing that was a big key for you in those final games against Manitoba?
Yeah, well, I think on the road you want to weather the storm a little bit early on and stay in the game. We had the fortune to be able to come from behind a few times, but it's really tough to do on the road, and it's really tough to do against a team that's as defensively sound as Texas is. So we want to start on time and be ready for the challenge, and we want to score first. We want to dictate the play, but if they come out flying and we got to spend a lot of time in D zone, we're going to handle it.
And then now finally getting ready for Game 1 action. It seems like this game might have to be decided a lot with 5-on-5 hockey. This team hasn't allowed a whole lot of power play chances, let alone power play goals, where it seems like that's what the IceHogs, their momentum has been riding on the special teams. How crucial has 5-on-5 reviews and practice been this past week going into a tight series against Texas?
Well, we like our team 5-on-5. I think we got a lot of depth up and down the lineup, and so if we get the opportunity to play 5-on-5, I don't think that hurts us. I think one of the strengths of our team is we take what's given to us. In the last couple of series, we were given a lot of power plays, so okay, and we gotta take advantage of it. We may only get 1 or 2 per game here, and we just got to make sure they're quality and we get some real good looks. And whether they go in the back of the net or not, we just continue our momentum, and then it carries on to 5-on-5.
Well, Jeremy, I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight in Game 1.
Thanks.
Head coach Jeremy Colliton joining us for the Forest City Diagnostic Imaging diagnosis of the game ahead of Game 1 action of the Western Conference Finals. The IceHogs pay a visit to the Texas Stars. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.